Hello, and welcome back to the first episode of Government with Aaron. It's Aaron, and today we'll be discussing the similarities and differences between Georgia's government and the federal government. The state of Georgia is able to create and enforce laws as long as they do not violate federal law, which oversees the governing of the state. These laws made by the state can pertain to education, policing, trade, labor, taxation, transportation, and more. According to the 10th Amendment of the Constitution, all powers not given to the federal government are reserved for the state and the people. The federal government can also create and enforce laws, but these laws are applied across the nation or to the whole country. Now, the laws of Georgia only pertain to the people within the borders of Georgia. The federal laws pertain to everyone in the United States. All state governments, including Georgia, are modeled after the federal government, which consists of the three branches of government. The three branches of government are the executive, legislative, and judicial branch. The U.S. Constitution says that all states must uphold a republican form of government. Although not required by the U.S. Constitution, Georgia's government also consists of the legislative, executive, and judicial branches. Georgia's government, like the federal government, has a system of checks and balances among the three branches of government. This is to prevent any branch from abusing its power. The United States head of government is the president, who is currently Donald Trump. Georgia's head of government is the governor, who is Brian Kemp. The federal government and the state government have different responsibilities. The federal government's responsibilities include defense and foreign affairs, trade, commerce and currency, immigration, and more things along those lines. Each state government is responsible for everything that the federal government does not handle or is not granted to handle. The United States has the Constitution written by James Madison and was ratified in 1787. Just like the federal government, each state has their own constitution, which is usually lengthier than the federal one. Georgia's first constitution was written in 1777 and has been updated multiple times since. The U.S. federal government has a bicameral legislative branch. Georgia's state government also has a bicameral legislative branch. The legislative branch is called Georgia's General Assembly. It has been in action since 1751, and it is currently known as Georgia's General Assembly, and it's one of the largest state legislatures in the nation. In the federal government, the people vote for the Senate and the House of Representatives. Also, in Georgia's government, every 2 years, Georgia voters elect a new member of the legislative. Thanks so much for joining us today. I love discussing the similarities and differences in Georgia's government and the federal government. Remember that powers not granted to the federal government are reserved for states and the people. Join us every Monday for more information on government.